Yo, Red's back and he's gonna review Birth by Sleep. Now, I never played this one before, right? I've only played the main titles, so I decided to play them all before I play the third one. I'm almost there, guys. I gotta play Dream Drop Distance and probably like another little one. But let's go on, right? Birth by Sleep, right? It takes place, I won't say a couple of years before the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. We follow the events, the things that happen to three main heroes, Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. Now, if you're wondering, yes, you get to play as all three, and yes, in order to get the secret ending or whatever, you get to play all three of them, and also to understand this story a little bit better, I suggest playing at least two of them, maybe three, it's up to you. Now, the order you play them as, I don't think really matters, because some characters arrive at some planets during the events of the end of the story or the beginning. So it's just really a preference. Maybe there is some order, I don't know, I don't really care, since I'm trying to go through this real quickly. I played as Aqua first, then, who was it? Terra, then Ventus. Each one took roughly around 8 to 10 hours average, right? It wasn't that bad. 30-hour game most of the time. Not much grinding, and I played it on fucking the hardest difficulty the game had to offer. I think it was critical mode, which was pretty fun actually. It was not that bad, it was not that hard, but like if you're reading this, you see, you know, complete from start to finish, blah blah blah, meets different people. They meet the same people. No, actually they meet a couple different, some meet the villains, some meet the heroes, but there you go. So yeah, Terra, right, a disciplined young man who feels compelled to find strength. He's basically trying to prove himself, though he's led astray and stuff. Ventus, an outgoing whatever boy who wields Keyblade, backhand. He's different backhand style. He basically looks like someone we know. And then Aqua, of course, a kind young woman, and her right never wavers, whatever. She is nimble and gifted in magic. So you get a real reference of characters. But basically, Terra is the tank, Ventus is support, and Aqua is the fucking mage. Fastest character in the game, I believe, is Aqua. Then Ventus and Terra. Strongest, Terra, Aqua, then Ventus. Usually Ventus would be the weaker one of all three. So our adventure begins, right? Oh shit, we gotta go into space. We gotta go fucking... For some reason, the gateways have been opened for our Keyblade wielders to go out. By the way, for me, this seems like they're in a school for teaching people Keyblade wielding techniques and stuff like that, which apparently suggests that there's more than one Keyblade master. So if you're familiar with like Star Wars and Jedi and stuff, it's kind of similar to that style. Though we only get to see these three Keyblade wielders, their master and the other master, whose master is Xehanort. Of course, Mickey Mouse is a Keyblade master and stuff like that, right? So continuing on though, the game itself, the combat system is a little different from the original games. You got your regular, attack with the X button or A button, whatever you're playing it on. Then you have your some kind of special attacks that you can equip, different attacks, stuff like that. There's no combos that you can get with your regular attack. Well, there is one at the end, but like you have to combine these other attacks, so you basically have to hit more than one button, which makes it a little bit more interesting, actually, in my experience. Planets, there's a total of I think 12. Let me check real quick. So yeah, 12 planets that you get to visit. The Land of the Departure, which is where you start. Castle of Dreams, which is Cinderella. Dwarf Woodlands, Enchanted Palace, Sleeping Beauties, Radiant Garden, Disney Castle, Deep Space, which is Stitch, Colosseum, of course, Hercules, Neverland, I don't even know what the fuck, Mysterious Tower, which is Yen Zid's place, Keyblade Graveyard, and I don't know what training. Oh, this training ground where you can battle and stuff, right? Which I suggest doing because the combat system is different, like I said, but it is a great combat system actually. At first, I hated it, especially in critical mode. I think it made it even worse. But as soon as you get used to it, you know, and you understand that you can buy attacks, combine attacks when they get powered enough. You know, meld them together to make more powerful attacks and stuff like that. The game becomes fucking great. Though after a while, I found out that the best thing for a whole group of enemies was just to get the mine, the shield defense mines and the mine squares and stuff like that. I just had all that shit in my thing, and I just laid them on the ground, and they do a lot of damage. So that's what I found out, and that's what I ended up doing actually. So, you know, like any combat system, there are ways around it. If you want to do it fast, do it slow. But you don't get those mines until I think you get close to Neverland. So it's almost close to the end of the game, to be honest. But they're still pretty powerful. All the other ones are great. Each character has, besides their normal combos and stuff like that, they have different forms they can make. Fire, wind, stuff like that. Terra and Ventus have the similar ones, but Aqua has specialty ones that I liked, such as her bubble thing, and then... what else? Oh yeah, she gets like a Keyblade Master Wielder. I don't know what it was called. It's like a giant fucking light blade. It's crazy. But Terra and Ventus aren't bad either. Ventus gets some kind of like spikes, and then Terra gets some kind of rock thing. It was crazy. But besides that, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Oh yeah, their Keyblades turn into cars or fucking flying ships, whatever you want to call it. In this world, they don't fight Heartless, they're fighting Unversed. When you actually find out where the fuck the Unversed are and where they're coming from. It makes sense, I guess. But there are Heartless in the world. It's just you don't really fight them as much often as you do with the Unversed. So that's pretty fun. Mini games. There's a lot of mini games, especially when you go to Disney, the Disney Planet, Disney World, whatever. It's fucking great. A lot of little racing games, ice cream gum games, whatever you got. You know, you're there. Organization 13, you get to see them before they became nobodies, which is really interesting. You actually get to fight some of them. Mostly the dude with the twin guns. For some reason, he's like a fucking... I don't know what he is. But he has a main parts in this game. He actually works with Xehanort a lot, so... yeah, that's interesting right there in itself. The story is pretty great. Let's see what else we got. So, in order to understand what's going on here, this is basically the beginning, because you run into a lot of characters here. A couple years before the events, like I said, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. So you get to see young Kairi when she was still in Radiant Gardens. You get to see Sora and Riku when they're kids and playing in Destiny Island, and understand how they became tied into this story. This Keyblade world, where apparently Master Xehanort, this guy right here, the bald dude to the right, and this other guy, Vanitas, basically want to recreate what happened in the Great Holy War, Kingdom Heart Blade War, whatever. He gets to the graveyard where hundreds of thousands of Keyblades are at. Xehanort wants to create the ultimate Keyblade, and Vanitas is basically someone interesting that was brought to life because they ripped someone's heart. I'm not gonna tell you who, because that's part of the story. And Xehanort, if you guys don't know, I mean, it's pretty obvious who Xehanort is to anyone who's already played Kingdom Hearts. He's the main bad guy of the entire story. You fight as Heartless in Kingdom Hearts 1, and you fight as Nobody in Kingdom Hearts 2. So this is like the origin story of Xehanort, kind of. And what happened to these three heroes, Aqua, Terra, and Ventus. In order... okay, here we go. Aqua was the first character I played, right? I defeated the game at level 27. Terra, I had to fucking grind a little bit to go to level 37. 27, 37. So 10 level difference. And then Ventus, I fucking took to level 34. So each character needed different levels, because some of the bosses are hard, I'll be honest. So keep that in mind. They are hard, alright? But overall, this is a great game, though. I actually enjoyed it. So I'm going to give it a score of 9 out of 10, alright? I loved it. Play it. If not, you can just watch the story, really. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that sub, and I'll catch you guys next time.